No.
Yes. What's up, buddy?
Hey man, not
Oh,
much.
got a crackhead just ran in front of me. Oh my God, he's got some bougie slippers. Uh, what'd you do over the
There's
weekend?
no place like home. Oh, weekend I just worked.
Oh, that's not so much
There
fun.
is no real weekend for me.
Uh, yeah, so we went to Houston for Emily's birthday over the weekend,
Oh, that's fun.
and
Tell her happy birthday for me.
oh, uh, so we went to this place. We went to the museum, the Natural Science Museum, I think is what it's called, something like that. And after that, we went to this place called the Grand Lux with some of the best fried chicken I've ever eaten in my life with some banging gravy. And
That sounds really good.
I got an old fashioned, and then we went to this it was called cacao and something else, but it was like this gourmet chocolate shop. And honestly, if I'm being 1,000% honest, I thought that the chocolates were wasted money. They were like these little bitty chocolates, and there was like five for $15. And there was one that was a blue one, and I cannot get this blue chocolate off of my fucking thumb. Like it's been on my nail for almost 3 days now, and like no matter how much I scrub it, I cannot get it off. And like I've tried everything. Like I've tried getting like a file to like get under the nail to like maybe scratch it off, and I can't. I've scrubbed. I've done different kinds of soaps. I've even tried some denatured alcohol. Maybe that would get it off. And I think I'm just gonna be stuck with a blue thumb the rest of my life.
I mean, that's how they get you, man. You just need to come back and they do like a magic, like black magic spell or whatever, and then like the chocolate gets off.
Yeah, maybe that's I need to get. I need to find a witch. That's what I need to do. Uh,
Yeah, only way.
so on today's episode, we have some reviews. One from you and then one from both of us. Uh,
Yeah.
so I'll go ahead and turn you loose on Conscript.
All right. Well, Conscript is like, I mean, the best way I can describe it is imagine RE1 as a top-down game, basically.
Okay.
Because that's basically what, like, gameplay wise, that's what it is. Other than like replace zombies with German soldiers, and it's basically the same thing.
Well, I mean, Nazis, zombies. I mean, same thing.
Yeah. Just to give you an idea, it takes place during World War, if I remember right, World War I, in the trenches, and my God, is it atmosphere wise, it is heavy. If you like, you know anything about World War I, you just feel the misery out of everybody.
Yeah.
Um, it has it has like a it has like a lot of systems that remind me of Resident Evil 1 specifically, mostly because just to give an idea, like the trenches, like how much do you remember about World War I, about like what we learned in class?
Uh, very little. Like I remember trench warfare being a big thing. Maybe something about chemicals, gases.
Yeah, that's all in here.
Well, I figured it was because I'm pretty sure like the game's box art has a guy in a gas mask.
Yeah. Basically, like big mechanic is you can get sick. Like you can get like from two, like at least I found two sources. One is rats, which when you kill enemies, the bodies just stay there, and the rats will go and eat them like after a while.
That's actually kind of cool though.
And you have, I mean, it is really cool. It's honestly a great attention to detail and a good way to like add like an extra layer of strategy
It
because you
kind of
have
reminds me
two
of
ways to deal with
Dishonored.
the rats. Yeah, and you have two ways to deal with the rats. One, you can blow up their little burrows, or two, you can burn the bodies.
Very Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's why I thought so much about Resident Evil 1 specifically,
Yeah.
and the Crimson Heads. It just kind of like it feels like an equal kind of mechanic
Yeah.
because the rats The rats are fast, and they will like get you sick very easily.
So, can the rats only kill you from sickness, or can they actually bite you and
Oh,
deplete
they
your
can bite you
health?
to death too.
Okay, okay, that's even worse.
Yeah. No, rats can be a big threat if you're not careful. Um, Another thing is as we mentioned, the gas. There's some areas where you have to wear a gas mask because you can't pass otherwise, and you will get sick. Like if like I remember like one of the first areas you can find with gas. I kind of like just to like give it a shot to see how it was. I ran through it. I got sick halfway through, and basically when you get sick, you lose like half your HP bar.
Mm.
Yeah. It's one of those games where like you have very limited ammo. Um, the game is very stingy with like. I mean, if you look around everywhere, you can find enough stuff to get by, but the game is stingy. Like you're not gonna be overflowing with items.
Yeah.
It also has like a merchant system. Like I feel like that one's a little bit more equivalent to like RE4, where the currency is cigarettes.
Ah, of course.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Prison economy.
yeah, and not to mention it's just kind of something like everybody kind of needs at that kind of in that kind of situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Way too much stress. But yeah, you can buy weapons. You can buy a couple weapons. You can buy stuff like, for example, there are places where like the Germans can like go into the trenches. You can buy barbed wire to like seal those things up.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of stuff you can like keep in mind. Just a lot of like random items that do like different stuff, and it has like the typical progression system. Like, oh, you need to like solve a puzzle here to like open to get the item to open the door over here.
So, what's the story like? Is it a good story? Is it good at keeping you moving?
I feel it is. It basically like it starts off like you're basically like if I remember right, you going into the basically they call you out like yeah the Germans are attacking like this basically our last line of defense. Go out there into the trenches, defend as well as you can because otherwise like basically like we lose the town. So yeah, you go in, you start fighting for your life. Eventually, like you're going to kill all the enemies, and you start trying to go back, and you start getting shelled. So you gotta make your way out of there, obviously. And when you get back, like your best friend is missing, and the rest of the story is basically like you trying to like finding like little clues that's like trying to find your friend, and basically like whenever you do find like the generals and stuff, they're just like, yeah, we managed to secure this place. Go out there. We still need to like get this place back. So like it feels very like you have no choice but to fight. There is no escape. There is no safety. Like if you die, you die, but
Yeah.
at least you die for a good cause.
Okay.
And
Okay. So,
yeah,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry for the developers for taking so long with this game. It's honestly it was I went through like a little dark time in my life, and it just felt a little bit too much that atmosphere.
So, in terms of, did you play keyboard and mouse or controller?
That one I played controller. It has what's the word? It has like a twin stick shooter kind of thing where you have to. No, it wasn't twin stick. You when you shoot, if I remember right, you have to stop moving
Okay, it's a
and you have
classic
to
RE.
aim. Yeah, yeah, very classic RE. You have to stop moving and shoot. And it has a reticle that basically like the longer you stand still, like the it closes in, so like you are more accurate.
Okay,
So
I
it
like that.
does like yeah, it's very slow like in the terms of that. Like you also have a melee weapon as like an option, but depending on the enemy, you do not want to get close. Like for example, the rats, you don't want to try and use a melee because they are faster than you and they will kill you and they will like bite you before you get a chance to.
So is it just like soldiers and rat? Like, are there any supernatural elements in here?
I found none. I did find like heavily armored soldiers, if that helps.
Yeah, those could be pretty supernatural.
Yeah, but basically just one firebomb. Usually, yeah, you can use like I told you, you can like burn corpses. You can also like set people on fire with like molotovs.
Yeah. So on on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you say the actual horror aspect of this game is?
I feel it's like well, since it is kind of pixel art, I'm gonna give it an 8 because like it feels like very what how would I describe it? Very real kind of horror. Like
Yeah.
this is the stuff. I'm pretty sure it was worse in the actual trenches, but like this is like this is like what people really suffer through.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, when I watch horror movies, uh, I talk about this all the time. That one of my favorite horror movies of all time is the original Strangers, because
Oh god,
everything in
that
that
is a
movie could
creepy ass
actually
movie.
happen.
Yeah,
Uh, there was no supernatural crap in it. It was all things that could actually happen, and that's what made it so scary because there was no disbelief in that movie, and I think that's what makes it a really effective horror sometimes is when it can all believably happen.
yeah, that's the one that gets you like makes you like what makes you afraid to like turn off the lights. Um, it was that just surrounding horror movies. A Stranger Calls was like another one that was like that, right? That's an old movie, so
Well, yeah, it's in the original. That's the movie where it's like the call came from inside the house, right? That one.
yeah, the one was a babysitter.
So there is actually an older version from like the 60s or 70s, and then they remade it when we were younger. Um,
Oh, okay.
now, I see, like I remember the difference in those two movies being like in the remake, the movie stops, like it's only in that night, but I'm pretty sure in the original version, uh, that one night is only one part of the movie, and there's like a time skip,
Oh god, that's so much worse.
and like I think like the guy comes back like when she's an adult or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair, I feel like if I remember right, like the when a Stranger Calls, like the our version was like a PG-13, so I don't feel it was probably that hardcore about it either.
Well, okay, so the thing is, you say that movie scared the absolute crap out of Emily. Like she was screaming.
To be fair, like I feel like I remember like the big talk about around that time was like it scared a lot of babysitters.
Well, yeah, and it should because that was a really creepy movie if you're a babysitter.
Yeah,
And honestly, if you're a good horror director, you don't need your movie to be rated R for it to be scary.
yeah. I think like a main issue is like at least for me is like at this point I've seen so much of like so many different type of media, so many different types of horrors that you just kind of like desensitized
Desensitized.
to the whole situation. So, yeah,
See, that's also my issue. So like I need something visually disturbing to get me there. I
yeah,
think
or like I feel like either that or very oppressive in general.
the one horror movie that I really liked from this year was Talk to Me. Have you seen that one?
Oh, I have barely watched any movies like new movies this year. I think like the
Well,
only one I watched was like Wolverine was Deadpool and Wolverine. But yeah, go ahead.
uh, allegedly, you could probably find it on the high seas. So the I'm assuming like like the basic premise of the movie that's got like that hand in it.
No, I don't. Like I have no idea what this movie is.
Basically, the premise of the movie is that there's this hand, and it's got like a bunch of writing on it, and if you grab it and you say "talk to me," a spirit will come and talk to you. And there's like rules about like there's rules to it and all that kind of good stuff. And Actually, there was an actual prop from the movie that was on sale. Like it was somebody was selling it in Lake Charles, and I wanted it so bad.
Oh,
It was an
that
actual prop from the
sucks.
movie. It had like the certificate of authenticity and everything.
God damn, I can
But
only imagine how expensive that thing was.
oh, it was thousands of dollars. So that's why I didn't get
Usually.
it. Um, so coming back to Conscript, are there any more thoughts that you want to share before we close out?
Yeah, I want to say like, holy shit, what a good like that that atmosphere was so oppressive. Props to the make, props to the creators. It was just it's an experience. Like even for like being 2D, like if especially if like you're like big on like history, like on like warfare history. Goddamn, you should play it.
I'm sorry, say that again. You kind of cut out there.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say like my like big props to like the creators of the game because that atmosphere is like so oppressive. It feels like so like well done, lovingly, like such attention to detail, like for what like trench warfare really was. And I kind of like just want to give my props to the creators because honestly, like if like I said, like if you're a big war history fan, you should play this game. Like you should because you will get a you. I feel like it gives you like a good idea of like how terrible that was.
Uh, yeah, and especially this just is such a good time for horror fans. So it's good to see multiple different types of horror games being made, and a 2D World War I survival horror game is just a great addition to have with all of these great horror games that we have right now.
Yeah. Because honestly, like let's face it, World War One is like one that gets most the shaft for like representation everywhere.
Yeah. Uh, so yeah, that's Conscript, and so the next game that we have is a game that I've actually talked. So I talked about this game a little bit on a previous solo episode because the publisher gave us two codes and I forgot about that. And I it's not that I forgot about it. I thought that I had sent you the code, but then I forgot that they gave us two codes. So uh, I'm gonna give
I
my
started a little
thoughts.
late.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my thoughts and I'm gonna turn it over to you. Um, this game it really surprised me because one, I thought that it was going to be from the trailer. I thought it was more like a real time strategy game, uh, and it turns out to be when you really look at it, it turns out to be closer to like a puzzle game almost, because the game has a very specific way, at least for me, that it wants you to play these levels and how to figure out how you to get from point A to point B. Uh, I really appreciated that the gameplay was fairly well suited to controller, and playing on the Steam Deck was actually really fun. And I actually, this was one of the first games that I played once I got my Steam Deck OLED. So the colors that were popping off of some of these figurines were actually really nice. Um, I do think that the difficulty curve for me, a bad gamer, uh, really comes out of nowhere. Like you're just bebopping along, and about level 3 or 4, the game's really like, all right, you're gonna play you're gonna play this way or die. Uh,
Can I ask you like what level actually gave you issue? Because like I've had less time to play, so I kind of want to see if I actually got there.
so the level that actually gave me the issue, like it was like level 3 or 4, where you have to, it's the level, it's very early on, where you have to go up on this mountain and like take over this one area. And then you have to like put your units on this tower and kind of fight off people as they come by.
Really? I mean, I got there. Like I didn't like the one that I should like. Well, because you know how I play. I do side missions a lot.
Yeah.
Um, and one that actually gave me like a little bit of issue because I was very stupid about it was like, did you get to the one where there's like the first time they present to you a mortar?
Yes.
Yeah, to be fair, I played like a doofus like the first time I did it, like almost got all my units killed. But yeah, that was like that's the first mission that gave me like some issue.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to what I was saying, where the game, like there are some missions where the game really wants you to play a specific way, and that not necessarily negative against the game. It's just, I guess it was just something that I wasn't prepared for, and I had to adjust my mindset towards it because in an RTS, which is what I thought this game was, uh, yeah, you got missions, but you can kind of, you know, you can build your, you can build your army and take care of the missions in a variety of different ways. And I just didn't get that vibe from this game, so, which is why I put it in more of a puzzle category.
I mean, I feel that's fair. You can try and make it because I don't know like how far you went with like the ability tree.
I got a decent amount in.
No, but I mean like you've like if like you experimented, you tried out a couple,
Yeah,
see
yeah,
like
yeah,
what you liked.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because like I mean I tried like what was it, the tent, and like the one that just summons a couple soldiers like to help out,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and I just didn't feel like they made that much of a difference compared to like some of like just the straight up damage or just block the path kind of abilities.
Now, see, the one where it summons like a couple extra soldiers to help fight, that did save my ass a couple times. Like whenever I was in the when like in a fight, or when I was trying to hold off some people until I could get my troops my troops moved around a little bit more. Sometimes those soldiers were a good distraction for me to get my footing a little bit more.
That's fair. I think I use more the wall because especially like the few missions like where you get archers, just make a wall like so like the enemy just can't get to you, and like since like it takes forever to like get over the little wall, it just kind of makes like perfect for like shooting fish in a barrel.
It's fair, I can see that.
Also, like if I combine it with like the one like those abilities like shoot like fire from the sky or just make a giant tornado fire, it works.
Yeah, and there's also not even I mean, you have more than just the campaign. You also have the skirmish mode. Did you get into that any?
Oh no, I didn't try and play the other mode. I saw like the one where like you can build. I played around with a little bit with the sandbox mode. I didn't really get how to make it work. But then again, like I spent like 5 minutes on it. So, but
It's
it
fair.
looked like you can do a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, there definitely is a variety of different options, and this is one of those games where if we ever have like a drought of reviews, which doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon, uh, I like this is a game that like I want to go back and revisit. Like games like Questmaster or Wizardom, like just games that are like have ongoing content being it's Enshrouded. That's another one. I need to go back to Enshrouded because there's been
Kill it with
constant
fire.
Kill with Fire. Yep, that's another one. I forgot about that one. Thank you. Um, but yeah, this is definitely one of those games that I think we're gonna keep watching. Like I said in the solo episode that I did, this is definitely a fun game if you want like a little time waster. Uh, it's got a lot of really good mechanics to it. I like the ability to create custom paths for your troops, custom marching orders. I like that a lot. Um, but yeah, do you have any closing thoughts before we go to the last topic of the show?
Uh, I think it's mostly just kind of share like what you said. Like I love like the whole thing where like you can choose like the order, like how you want your troops to rise, like what formations you want them to have. Because remember the one that told you was a mortar? That's the first one I actually like tried out like actual formations. Especially since like I think like the first ones you get were like riders, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, especially when you get riders, like just like get them in like a nice spear formation. It's just kind of like it whittles enemies down quite easy.
All right. So, the last topic of the show is that we have both been playing the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Yes, we have.
Um, so you've been playing it. I've actually been streaming it, so I've been moving a little bit slower. Um,
Then again, I do play like obsessively when I do play.
you obsessive?
It's my kind of game.
Uh, you've actually beaten it, correct?
Once. I'm on my
And
way to like get like 5 endings at once now.
okay, yeah, I have heard there's multiple endings. So I'm assuming there's some kind of new game plus mode implemented here.
Uh, I mean, I don't like that they call it New Game Plus. I'm not gonna lie to you, because New Game Plus kind of like, to me, it just implies that you're gonna get like the stuff like you had on like your previous run. This is more. This is more like new game was like a couple of things thrown out here and there.
Okay. Like when you say new things thrown out, is that they're like new plot beats or
Uh, well, you can find like the items for like the other endings.
okay?
You can find which is one. I don't know how much you want me to spoil about that. Just like what you find, but it mostly
Just
comes
base
down
level.
to like in game terms keys.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, you find keys. You find the chains. Like the one like new thing like you find like a weapon wise is like a chainsaw, which is OP as fuck.
Well, I can imagine a chainsaw on Silent Hill would be very OP.
Oh no, like you can kill like all any. Remember the first pyramid head fight?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think I took it. Basically, I finished that fight with like four chainsaw hits.
Okay, so that's actually interesting. So I thought that was just a timed fight because I died the
It
first time and I
it
googled it and
is
they said I just had to survive for 3 minutes.
it is, but like the more you damage him, the lower the time is.
Oh, okay. That I didn't know that.
Yeah,
See
I
what
looked
what
it
it.
up afterwards because I what?
I was about to say what happened on our playthrough is it was actually the end of the stream that night
I'm sorry,
and
kind of losing you there.
okay, I'm just gonna keep talking until you don't lose me anymore. I'm I'm going down a road right now, and I'm waiting for Leo to tell me that the signal's coming back. Oh, we're reconnecting.
You sound
That's
like a
great.
robot, and I can't hear you, and I hate it.
I'm just gonna keep talking until I don't sound like a robot and he doesn't hate me anymore.
There it is.
Um,
There it is. There it is.
okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
Am I back? Okay,
Yeah,
good,
you're
good.
back. Yeah, you're back.
Uh, so I guess that Emily was just gotta get Nancy and she wanted to play. And at this point, I had maybe been running around for a minute, just shooting Pyramid Head with everything, every bullet that I had, basically. And he was not dying.
Oh, I did the same thing
Um,
the first time.
so she took the controller from me, and I was like, "I think you're gonna die." And she's like, "I'm not gonna die." So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna leave this to you." And I went to the bathroom. I was gone for less than a minute, and I came back to the game over screen, and I was like, "What happened here?" And she's like, "Well, I died." So it was at that point that I Googled it and found out that it was a timed fight, and it took all of the horror out of the fight because I just ran around the room and he couldn't catch me.
I mean, to be fair, that's uh,
Sorry, I had an
like
Amber Alert come up.
like I told you how I'm doing the chainsaw thing. God damn it! God damn it, kids! Be safe.
Yeah, so I hope that did not pick up in the AirPods.
I didn't hear like anything. I just kind of like you told when you told me it was an emerald. That's it. That's why I said like kids, be
Okay,
safe.
good. Nice. Go ahead.
But I don't know. Since like I fought him like regularly, like I kind of got used to it. Uh, just like to give a heads up. I played on, as probably most everybody figured, I played on hard combat and
Of,
hard puzzles.
of course you did. Of course you did.
And yeah, I was like surprised. Like I actually like in the middle of the levels, I had like no issues like killing everything, like no problem keeping like a decent stock of ammo and shit. And bosses, I just kind of like emptied out. Like I think like I don't think there's like any boss I didn't have to beat up with like my melee weapon just afterwards because I just ran out of ammo.
So I think, like, I've pondered this a lot. Um, I think that my main issue with the game is the issue that you don't seem to have, and I think I've deducted the reason for that. Um, I was telling you about how I've been streaming this game in Discord, and a big problem that I seem to have is that I'm constantly not knowing where I'm supposed to be going. And I think the problem with that is that I am so focused on chatting with the people in Discord that I'm not paying as much attention as I should because I have so much trouble navigating the map. And you seem to not have that problem at all.
Yeah, but then like, to be fair, like you know how like and you remember like when we played like Halo games and shit. Like if I play through an area, I usually remember it very much perfectly. Like it was in like the next few days to the point where like I know where I'm going. I know where I need to go. I know where I have to get stuff.
Yeah.
So it might be a difference in that, but other than that, I found the map to be like very like simple to like get you to where you need to go, since like it shows you like what doors let you go into where, whatever. It tells you like where to like, if like there's key items you pass by, like it tells you where they are. If there is a door like or whatever, like keep take character notices that's kind of strange. It writes it down. So I felt the map was like very complete. Like whenever like I was trying to like get stuff.
And I honestly think what's gonna fix this for me is after we're done with this on the stream, I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to uh, take this over into the buy it on Steam and play it on Steam Deck because from what I've seen, this game plays wonderfully on the Steam Deck. And I think that once I'm playing this game on my own with nobody watching me and having to constantly conversate with people, I think it's going to be a lot easier of a game to navigate. Um, what I will say is,
That's fair.
again, this could totally be chalked up to me um, not being as tuned in as I probably should be. But right now, kind of like when you play like the Resident Evil, especially the remakes that have been coming out, I feel like the story is very easy to follow. Uh, and most of the time that I'm in this Silent Hill 2 game, like I'm just like, why are we following this whore around?
Well, to be fair, I feel like from because I've been like looking up like Silent Hill stuff like since I've been playing so much of the game, and from what I've been reading up on it, that's kind of like how it's supposed to be. Like you're not supposed to, like you're actually like this is like well, spoilers. Like nobody is like smart in the head right now.
I got you. Yeah,
Like
I got you.
during the game, James is suicidal. Like that is the reason why he keeps going into like the most dangerous looking stuff ever.
Yeah, every time, like on the stream, every time he puts his hand in a hole in the wall, the bridge like, why?
Oh, all I was thinking of like, come on, put a glove on
I
something.
would find something before I put my hand in that wall. That big old glory hole. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and but I do like it's annoying gameplay wise, but I do like the whole thing. Like whenever have you had to have James jump into a hole yet?
Yes.
Yeah, you see how you have to press like you have to like press for James to jump like three
Yeah.
times.
Sometimes yes.
Yeah, I like that hesitation.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah, I like game like character wise, I like it. Gameplay wise, it's annoying.
See, and I actually, I shoot, I had a thought, and it fluttered away from my mind. Um, hold on, I'm gonna get it.
Catch it.
It's it's
The
gone.
other way.
Uh, keep going. Maybe it'll come back.
Um, yeah. Visually, I love the game.
Oh yeah, it's a
It
great
just
looking game.
it feels it feels so dirty, so grimy, some areas. Like, have you gone to the hospital yet?
Yeah, so the part that I'm on right now is we just got out of the we actually just got out of the hospital and we're back on the streets right now.
Okay, yeah, like the dark hospital. Oh my god, it feels
Yes.
so dirty,
Yes, it
so
does.
grimy.
I felt like I needed to take a shower when I was done playing the stream last night.
I know, and that like that just felt like amazing because I was expecting like to the game to like look good, like be kind of creepy, but dude, some of those areas just kind of just gives you like such a feeling afterwards.
And this is actually like a really good point to talk about. Like I was so surprised that this game came out and was as good as it is because after watching all the trailers, there was not a single trailer for this game that made me have any faith in it.
Yeah, from I was like also like reading up like yeah, the game looks way better than the trailers because like like as my usual, I don't watch any trailers because I don't want
Yeah.
spoilers. If I want a game, I'll wait for it to come out, check reviews and shit. But yeah, I started like I watched like one of the streamers not streamers but one of like the YouTubers I follow like started playing the game. I just looked at the game, I was like, oh my god, that looks so pretty. And like I was like, okay, I'm gonna check out the Steam reviews. And that was like there was like all their like the pre like for like it was like the day before the game like completely
Hey,
came out.
I hate to do this, but for some reason I've got to put a pin in this episode and call Emily. Yeah, so
Oh, that's
we're
fine.
gonna go ahead and stop the episode.
All right. Well, final thought, Silent Hill 2, it was
All
great.
right, thanks for listening, everybody.
Uh I hope
All
to see
right,
you
bye.
soon.